Episode 6 is finally here, bringing us two new Scion classes to master, the Étoile and the Phantom. I've really enjoyed what I've played of Étoile so far, and I can't wait to check out Phantom as well. In addition to these new classes, we also have new skill rings. Here we have Sidestep Shift, Marker Bomb, and Lock-On Bomb for the Phantom class. We also have Surefire Connect for the Étoile class. Rings require a lot of materials to make and upgrade. If you don't have a lot of experience making rings, I'm going to show you some tricks in order to do it as efficiently as possible. Since I've been playing Étoile, I'm going to try and make the Étoile ring and upgrade it all the way to level 20. Most rings require a mineral material and a jewel material. For my ring, I'm going to need 3 Lilipan rocks as my mineral. I'm also going to need 6 Underground Shafts Peridot as my jewel. After I've created the ring, we will be using the same materials in order to upgrade it. Minerals can be found on multiple maps as long as they're on the correct planet. For jewels though, you'll have to go to a specific map. Usually the jewel that you need for your ring can be gathered at a place that also has the mineral you need. For this reason, we're going to be doing all of our gathering at the Underground Shafts. Before we go to the Underground Shafts, we need to prepare some items to make this more efficient. While you're in the cafe, talk to this person here about food. Most of the items listed here give you gathering boosts. What we're looking for are boosts towards mineral gathering and jewel gathering. For mineral gathering, we have the options of Sashimi, which gives you 200% mineral gathering rate, as well as Floating Facility Steamed Shrimp, which also gives you 200% mineral gathering rate. The only difference between these two is Sashimi lasts 3 minutes, where Steamed Shrimp lasts 5 minutes. Looking on the player market, Sashimi is usually a lot cheaper than the Steamed Shrimp. I don't think the extra time on the Steamed Shrimp is really worth the price. I also just so happen to have a lot of sashimi for another reason, so I'm going to be using sashimi for my mineral gathering. For jewel gathering, we have Abandoned Mine Eel Rice Bowl, Abandoned Mine Shark Soup, and Extravagant Seafood Platter. After looking into these three, I found that Extravagant Seafood Platter gave us the largest boost towards jewel gathering, but also just happened to be the cheapest one on the player shop at the time. So I'm going to use the Extravagant Seafood Platter for my jewel gathering. One thing to keep in mind is that these boosts cannot stack, so this is going to take more than one trip. Now that we have our gathering boosts, let's go get a few more items that'll help us get more materials out of our trip. If you go to the Casino Exchange, you'll see that we can get good pickaxes as well as good fishing rods. I like to try and stock up on these every week in order to build up a supply. If you talk to the Buster Exchange, you'll see that we can not only get pickaxes and fishing rods, but we can also get stamina refill. I like to get as many of the stamina refills as I can so that my trip lasts longer. Now we're ready to start gathering. I'm not going to use my boost as soon as I start the exploration. Instead, I'm going to get my combo up by fishing and then use my boost before I start mining. For this trip, I'm going to use the Jewel boost. Once I run out of stamina, I make sure to use my drinks in order to replenish it. Once I was done gathering, I had a total of 13 of the jewel that I needed, as well as 10 of the mineral that I needed. After returning to the ring maker, it turns out this was actually enough to make the ring. In order to upgrade the ring to plus 20, we're going to need a lot more materials. Until you get your ring to 10, it's only going to ask you for the mineral. Every level past 10 is going to ask you for 1 jewel though. The upgrading process for rings requires a lot more minerals than you would expect. For this reason, our next trip is going to be focused on gathering minerals. Since I already used all my stamina though, I'm going to hop onto an alt and gather on them. Since the game initially only lets you use 3 characters, I'm going to gather minerals on 2 alts to see how far that takes me. One thing to keep in mind is that whenever a character's gathering level increases, it refreshes the stamina bar. Since my alts have low gathering levels, there's a good chance they're going to level up a few times while I'm doing this. My first alt managed to get me 23 minerals and 10 jewels. My second alt managed to gather 29 minerals and 9 jewels. Now we have a lot of materials to work with while we're upgrading our ring. One thing you may or may not already know is that in order to upgrade our ring, you have to increase its level cap. You can increase the level cap of your ring by wearing it while defeating enemies. I already know that the number of materials I've gotten so far will be enough to get me close to 20, but not all the way. So the reason why I mentioned the ring leveling now is so that you have something to do while the stamina replenishes on all 3 of your characters. For the purpose of finishing the video faster, I equipped the ring while I was leveling other classes using bonus keys. I didn't fail too many times while enhancing my ring, so I managed to get it all the way to level 17. In order to get it the rest of the way to 20, normally I would just wait for my stamina to replenish and finish it off later. Since I boosted my ring's level cap using bonus keys, my stamina hasn't refilled very much. So instead, I'm going to jump onto a 4th character that still has its stamina full and gather the remaining materials. Increasing your ring's level cap can usually take a long time if you're not boosting it like I did, so by the time you increase your level cap to 20, you may be able to go out and gather more materials. I managed to get 21 more minerals from my 4th character. After returning to enhance my ring some more, this turned out to be enough to get me all the way to level 20. If we were to try and create and upgrade a ring to plus 20 without using food boosts, stamina refills, and alt characters, this would have been a much more tedious process and could potentially take me multiple days to complete. If you liked the video and feel like you learned something new about gathering and making rings, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.